Today I am cooking some banana bread. I'm gonna add some chocolate chips, some raisins. I don't have any more walnuts left, so yeah, just gonna leave the nuts out of it. And then the second thing I'm going to make is my toffee. So next week at work, we have a consultant who has been with our organization for about 3 years working on the project that I'm implementing, which is new financial software. She's retiring and is actually going to be in all of our sessions next week. So I'm just making some goodies, and then we are gonna go out one night after work and have a couple drinks, so that's cool. And yeah, that is essentially why I am making this and the toffee. And I like to do some small batches of toffee right at the beginning of busy season for making toffee, which is Thanksgiving and Christmas. I usually end up making like 20 batches of it. So I'm just gonna make, I think, 1 or 2 today and just make sure that everything is on point before I start making all the other batches. Being that I live in Colorado, the altitude can affect a lot of baking. And what I have found is I've had to adjust my toffee recipe over the last 3.5 years of living out here. So I just want to make sure that I got it down, because it's been a year since I've made it. Last year I experimented with some fun flavors. I did like salted caramel pretzel and Oreo, candy cane, mint truffle. I probably will do a couple of batches of that, but I'm not going to go too crazy. This is kind of your base. This is some butter, some sugar, some mashed bananas. I need to get all these clumps out. Then what I will do is do my flour, baking soda, baking powder. I will add my chocolate chips, my raisins. I might put a little applesauce and cinnamon and vanilla, nutmeg in, just to give it some flavor. Not sure yet how I want to do that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And then toffee is a family recipe, so I'm not really going to show you that because I have worked really hard on that recipe with my mom, and we've perfected it, and I don't want to share it. So that's that. All right, 350, and we pop that baby in, and she's off. If you didn't catch that, it was 50 minutes. So once the timer goes off, I will take a toothpick and make sure the center is good. Then I will let that literally sit for probably a half hour before I even try to take it out of the pan that it's in. However, I'm actually just going to take that whole pan to work because it's work. I know that the last time I brought it, it was gone in about 2 hours. And then I just washed it at work and brought it back. So that works. However, if you want to remove it from your pan, please, 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 I just learned this with my cake making skills for Thanksgiving. Let it cool. Let it cool an hour, 2 hours, overnight, whatever, but let it cool. Otherwise, you're going to be sorry. All right, timer went off. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, so it did not come out clean. Based on how soft that is, too, I'm doing 10 minutes, I think. Actually, I'll do 7 and go from there. Oh, it smells so good, though. And what I think is, too, because I added the applesauce, it might take a little bit longer to cook than when I don't use applesauce, but I like applesauce because it makes the cake really moist. The banana should do that too, but yeah, when I did my carrot cake with the applesauce, it left it really dense and moist, so I wanted to experiment with that, essentially. Okay, round 2. Better. Even I can tell just by how the top feels. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop that there. I'm actually gonna turn this off and that off. I'm just gonna let this sit for like another minute or 2 in there as it cools off. Then I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna put it up here, and I'm gonna let it cool. I'm gonna put that over it because my cat and my dog have been notorious lately for trying to eat all the food. My cat used to never do this, and the biggest thing that got him started was coconut oil for some reason. I don't know. I had left the top off, and I had it here on the counter. And I came in, and he was freaking licking the top. So, I don't know. Crazy cat's getting all weird on me now. He used to never eat people food. Alright, guys. So, that's that. Going ham on the toffee again. Look at this color, and then in the next clip I'm gonna show you guys how it changes, and it's really all about the color and the smell, and that's when you really know it's done. I forgot one thing, it's texture too. Like, the smell's already coming through. Now the texture is gonna completely change here. And then I'm looking for color. I mean, this just smells amazing. For those who have had my homemade toffee before, I mean, you just know that smell. It is just filling my whole house right now. And I'm starting to get a little more color change now, but the texture here is kind of like almost chunky. That's gonna change here. So it's smell, texture, color. Yeah. And there starts that color. And you can tell the texture is just totally different. It's not as chunky, it's a little more creamy. It's all moving together versus before it was like breaking into little pieces and moving like larger chunks. So this is so close. All right, final product. Normally I do a mix of almonds, maybe pecans and walnuts too. However, I didn't have pecans and walnuts. I used them for the carrot cake for Thanksgiving. So I just had leftover almonds, and that's literally what I'm gonna use, and I'm totally okay with that. This I'm gonna put outside for about an hour. I also sometimes, well, I stick it outside because it's cold out now, and so it will harden up really good. But you can put it in the fridge or the freezer as well. I just don't have room because of my big Trader Joe's haul. So, yeah, that's essentially what my toffee looks like. Then I will let it harden and break it up into pieces. And I just get some holiday bags and put it in there.